These days, I'm utilizing Flex on just about any given page I'm building on. And with the recent update of GenerateBlocks 2.0, I just wanted to walk you through how to set up a basic Flex section. All right, so how we're going to start here is I've got a draft page set up for us to create a new Flex layout. And now please note, this is using GenerateBlocks 2.0 with the 2.0 blocks enabled. So we'll first go ahead and insert a container and an inner container. And inside this inner container is where we're going to insert our Flex layout. Now what we're first going to achieve and set up is a 50-50 layout where it has a column on the left and a column on the right equally spaced. So what we'll do is insert another container, then hit Command-Shift-D and duplicate that one. Now let's rename these so it's easier to reference them. So we'll call this our inner container. We'll call this one our left column, and we'll call this one our right column. So once we set up the Flex, you'll understand that this one will be on the left, this will be on the right. So when we select our inner container, come to Layout on the right-hand Styles panel for your container block, choose Display Flex. Now you'll see they jump up right next to each other. We don't want them to be exactly like that, so what we're going to do is come to our left and right columns, choose one, hold Shift, and you can select the other. Come to Layout, and under Flex Layout, we're going to change the Flex Grow, Shrink, and Basis numbers to be able to allow them to only be 50-50 layout. So Flex Grow will be 1, Shrink is set to 0, and Basis is 1. So now as you can see, and we'll add some background color to these so that it helps visualize it a little bit easier. Come to backgrounds and set up colors. So now you can see we have a 50-50 layout. So the blue box is the left column, orange one on the right. Now when we choose our inner container, we might want to set up some column gap, right? So oftentimes if you've got some text on the left, or image on the right, we don't want those to be touching in the middle. So we come on down in the inner container layout settings and put in some column gap. I'll put in 2 rem here, which should be a good enough gap there to separate our content. Now, what we want to double check here is our responsive layouts. Now, you can go ahead and insert some copy. This is a heading. We'll add in some text, and we'll go ahead and add a button. Now I'm able to do this pretty quickly because I already have some global styles set up for me to be able to insert this really fast. All right, and we'll go ahead and insert a image block on the right. And there we have it. So let's go ahead and clear out our background colors. Perfect. Now, before we jump into that responsive settings, what we might want to do is say, our image is quite high and our text is sitting up here at the top. We want to vertically align this text so it aligns at the middle of this image on the right. So if we choose our left column container and we change the display of that layout to Flex as well. Now by default, it's going to be set as the Flex direction row, but we want this to be column so it goes up and down, right, vertically. Then we'll go ahead and change align items to the left and justify content we want in the center. So there you have it. You have just a few clicks to kind of set up this one as a Flex layout, then to enable it as Flex direction column, align it to the left, and justify it in the center. Now, as we jump into the responsive settings, we can go ahead and choose our inner container here. And on the right-hand side in our styles panel, we can choose mobile. Now, by default, if you remember, this is set up as Flex direction row on desktop. So we did not select these because by default, Flex direction is set to row, which means it's horizontally. So as we jump back down to mobile, it remains Flex direction row. Now we need to just change that so it's Flex direction column. Now, the great thing is because we already set up those Flex Grow Shrink Basis numbers in our individual left and right columns, they're automatically growing to fit the width of our screen here. Now, the one thing you notice though is our button and our image are hugging each other right up against one another. That is because we did not insert any row gap when we inserted the column gap. So with that same inner container selected, under mobile, you can insert some row gaps. So we're going to say 1 rem. Let's do 2 rem to be consistent with our desktop settings. And there you have it. So you can definitely check out tablet as you jump into the responsive settings. And for me on tablet, this looks totally fine. There's enough breathing room around everything. And once again, back to desktop. So we can go ahead and save the draft. We could view a preview of this page, and there you have it. So this looks like a really basic 50/50 flex layout. Now I'll show you how you can tweak this same exact layout by just changing the 2 grow, shrink, and basis numbers on those columns to change this, whether it's a 2/3 and 1/3 column or 1/3, 2/3 column. So how we kind of have to think about this is if we're wanting our left column to be only 1/3 of the width, then we want the right one to be 2/3. As a whole, there are 3 parts, right? This left one's going to take up 1 part and the right one is going to take up 2 parts. So on our left column, we want our flex grow to remain at 1. However, on our right column, under layout, we want our flex grow to go to 2 because we want that to take up 2/3 of our container space. So now you can see if we save the draft and come to the front end, this is now 1/3 of our space and this is 2/3. Like responsively, it's going to still fill the space of your container since it's meant to grow. So if we wanted to alter this and we wanted our left column to be 2/3, we're going to say flex grow 2, and our right column will say flex grow 1. So now we'll save the draft, update it, and there you have it. Now our text and copy side is 2/3 of our layout and the image is only 1/3. Now, last but not least, if you want to go ahead and make this a 3/4 section, right? So if you wanted this to take up 75% of your space and this to take up 25% of your space of your container, we need to then look at that as 4 parts, where the left one is going to take up 3 parts and the right one is going to use only 1. So on the left column, we're going to change this 2 to a 3. And the right column remains the same because we only want that to take up 1 section or 1/4 of our container. So now we can save the draft again, take a look, and you see this is now taking up 75% and this is only 1/4 of our layout. Once you master the idea of flex and how those grow, shrink, and basis numbers work, it's pretty easy to accomplish just about any layout. Stay tuned for more GenerateBlocks 2.0 videos to come, and be sure to subscribe to hear when they get published first.